맛있다. 키케, 네 건 뭐야? 뭐? 고등어 쉐이크? 아니, 어떻게 고등어로 쉐이크를 만들어?
안녕.
왔어?
빌리 안녕. 키캣도 있네. 음료수 어디서 샀어? 나도 목마른데.
저쪽에 있는 카페에서.
그거 맛있어 보인다. 나도 마셔봐도 돼?
여기.
그거 말고 저거.
안녕. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you about how to use the form 마찬가지, which means the same. But first, I should give you a disclaimer that this lesson is intended for intermediate level learners or higher, and might be too difficult for beginners. But don't let me tell you what to do. To use this form, let's first learn about the word 마찬가지. 마찬가지 is a noun meaning same or similar, and it's combined with the verb 이다, meaning to be, which can be conjugated any way you'd like. So together, 마찬가지 and 이다 means to be the same. And you can use it just like that. Here are two quick examples. 그것도 마찬가지예요. That is also the same. 그거랑 마찬가지예요. It is the same as that. And this sort of usage is common and natural. But there's another form that 마찬가지 is also commonly used with, and here's how that form works. Take any verb stem and attach 으나 if it ends in a consonant, or 나 if it ends in a vowel. So the verb 하다, meaning to do, would become 하나, and the verb 먹다, meaning to eat, would become 먹으나. Note that certain verbs can have exceptions when conjugating, such as verbs that end with the letter lir. So the verb 살다, meaning to live, would become 사나. Then add 마찬가지 and 이다, just like before. This form means that something is the same whether something happens or not. Here's one example. 이걸 사나 저걸 사나 마찬가지예요. It's the same whether I buy this or whether I buy that. There's one more common way that this form is also used. It's also often used specifically like this, but with a noun and the verb 이다, meaning to be. And the form looks like this. Now, it's the same form we just did, but since we're using the verb 이다, we're left with 이나 after a noun that ends with a consonant, or just 나 after a noun that ends with a vowel. So this form means that something is the same as something else, specifically the same as whatever noun we use. But hold on, Billy, isn't this just a longer version of the form we just did? Well, kind of, but also no. This form is actually more useful. But first, here are just a couple of quick examples. 선생님은 제 부모님이나 마찬가지예요. The teacher is the same as my parent. Now, while the same is a very literal way and accurate way to translate this form, a more natural way to translate 마찬가지 when used in this form is practically, or even you could say. So a more natural way to translate our example could be, the teacher is practically my parent. Or you could say, the teacher is my parent. 제 집이나 마찬가지예요. It's the same as my house. We can also translate this more naturally as, it is practically my house. Or you could say that it is my house. Okay, now there's one more type of noun that we're forgetting, and that's a noun with a verb attached. Specifically, I'm talking about the noun 것, meaning thing, which is how you change any verb into a noun when describing it. For example, 먹다, meaning to eat, can become 먹는 것, meaning eating. So normally you can make a sentence like, 먹는 것을 좋아해요, meaning I like eating. Just conjugate any verb into an adjective as usual. This can be in the present tense or in the past tense. Attach 것 and you're done. For example, 가다, meaning to go, would become 가는 것 in the present tense or 간 것 in the past tense. 먹다 would become 먹는 것 in the present tense or 먹은 것 in the past tense, and so on. But we can also use this same form now together with 마찬가지, like this. All you have to do is attach 이나 after 것 with a verb just like we did. Or more commonly, this becomes just 거. So we get 거나. And the rest is just 마찬가지. See what I did there? For example, 먹다 becomes 먹는 거나 마찬가지, meaning the same as eating. Or in the past tense, 먹은 거나 마찬가지, meaning the same as having eaten. Then just attach 이다 to the end like before and conjugate it. The tense that you use is up to whatever you want to say. So now let's look at a few examples. 여기가 너무 추워서 밖에 서 있는 거나 마찬가지예요. It's so cold here that it's the same as standing outside. Or more naturally, it's so cold here that it's practically like I'm standing outside. 혼자서 다 한 거나 마찬가지예요. It's practically the same as if I did it all myself. Note that this sentence uses the past tense adjective form of the verb 하다, here as 한. If we had used the present tense adjective form 하는 instead, then it would mean something like the same as if I do it all myself, not did it. And this would sound awkward in this sentence. 무료로 받은 거나 마찬가지예요. It's practically as if I got it for free. This sentence also uses the past tense of the verb 받다, meaning to get or to receive, here as 받은. And that's all for today. You can also learn more about this topic in the extended PDF version of this lesson, which is available to download for free, yes, for free, on my website. Thanks for watching, and special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members out there for helping me to make these lessons. And remember that new videos are posted here every single week, so if you like what you see, please click subscribe. 그럼 다음에 또 봐! 아 잠깐만, 그거는 고등어 쉐이크.
고등어 쉐이크? 미쳤어. 그게 뭐야?
키캣 입맛이 좀... 이거 마셔봐. 이게 더 맛있을 거야.
아니야. 나 이제 목 안 마른 것 같아. 나 집에 빨리 가봐야 될 것 같아. 안녕.
아 잠깐만. 역시 이럴 줄 알았어. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
뭐였지?